Hey everybody, good day to you. How are you today? So Chantal finally posted. She did a video called Misinformation About Me. And in the video, she's incredibly defensive. Chantal likes to say she doesn't pay attention to reaction channels or anything that's being said on Twitter. But every time she gets online and she does a video, she proves that she's a liar because she gets on the defensive about what people say about her. So obviously, she's been all over the place researching her name, researching what people are saying. And she doesn't like that people are saying that the reason why she got out of Kuwait is because Kuwait, right now, they are really cracking down on expats and people that are there that should not be there, or people that have health issues. And as we all know, Chantal has many health issues, including out of control diabetes and blood sugar. So I wanted to react to her video where she's being, like I said, very defensive. She talks about the misinformation, and possibly going back to see Salah. Now, the first thing that came to my mind when I heard that she was planning on going back very soon to see Salah was, Chantal, you're contradicting yourself. You're talking about getting your own place in Canada. So why would you get your own place? Put down the first and last month's rent, put down the security deposit, just to turn around and go back to Kuwait. You are not a permanent resident. You're just on a visa. Why keep going back over there if while you're in Kuwait, you didn't do much? You can't do very much over there as far as the way you've been doing your content, and you were losing money. But count on Chantal to work backwards. Instead of doing things that mean profit for her or progress, she goes just the opposite way. So I wanted to react to the video as well as some stuff on Twitter and include a couple of clips from a couple of different great channels, including BEEZER clips and Misinformation. Is it? Hold on a second. Let me just look. I got to get this. I'm going to get the name right. One moment. Sorry. This is a new channel. Jade Speculation Station. I want to get the name right. I came to know about Jade Speculation Station courtesy of another channel called House of Hannibal. So thank you for the recommendation, Hannibal. Jade Speculation Station is a wonderful channel. Gonna have to cruise the videos and see what she has to say, but her channel has grown a bit since last night. So congratulations on that, Jade. I'm going to be reviewing one of her clips, and I'm very welcome to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. So let's get started with the Twitter stuff. And there's not a whole lot to go through, just different things. Indy says, so basically this is all just another visa run. And she'll be going back in January. And it's just making all of this up for the December YouTube money. Got it. So after December is over, you're going to go back to Kuwait. Although at this point in time, Fraudy, I'm looking at the date. It is the 18th of December. So you've got what? Another 13 days before the end of the month. You don't have much time to make that December Google AdSense money. You're just staying for a couple of weeks and going right back over there, even though you were losing money in Kuwait and people were bored with the content. I guess that's bad news for the BEEZERs. They were all excited to see you come back to Canada. They were excited to not have to see Salah again or the blue couch. Bad news, BEEZER. She's going back over there. So enjoy that boring content. It's about to get started again. DX says, it's a long wait. I don't want to not see my husband for 4 years. Still isn't sure what she's going to do, but says that we don't know crap about Kuwait and she can go back whenever she wants. Yeah, so I said in a react recently that if she came back to Canada to take care of her health, which is what she said she came back to Canada for, if she was planning on weight loss surgery, that would take a minimum of almost 2 years. And why would Salah wait around for 2 years for her to come back? That's a long time for a younger man. Why would he do that? Maybe the reason why she's trying to rush back to Kuwait is because she's insecure and jealous, and she knows the Salah won't wait that long. But as I said before, Foodie, even if you're right there with Salah physically, if a man wants to do the dirty, he's going to find a person, a place, a time, and an opportunity, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. So thinking that being in the same country as that person is going to make a difference, it won't. It will not. He's not attached to you. He's not in love with you. He's just around because he's getting that financial benefit. But if that financial benefit isn't there, he'd be long gone. But we'll go over all this stuff in the video once we start reacting to it. This is a great post from Kristen. Thank you, Kristen. So here are some of the video tags. Let's take a look at them. So we have Foodie Beauty, Canada, interracial couple, healthcare, obesity, diabetes, women of 40, vlog, day in my life, and addressing rumors. Interesting choice of tags, Fraudy. Let's discuss. So interracial couple, even though you're not with Salah right now, so why are you putting that tag on your video? He's not even there. Like, what is the point of putting that tag on there if he's not there with you? Healthcare, well, you don't care about your health, so why is that tag even present on the video? You're just trying to get into as many algorithms on YouTube as possible by using that tag, by using all these different tags. Like, she's got all these different tags that they relate to different things. Foodie, she's all about the analytics. You can't tell me she doesn't look at YouTube to see what's trending, what's popular, what types of areas of YouTube are getting the views. And if she sees different areas of YouTube getting the views, she'll put a tag relating to that corner of YouTube, trying to attract that audience to her channel. So healthcare, you don't care about your doggone health. Miss, I'm going to go to the grocery store and get Chef Boyardee. Take that tag off there. Obesity, should have changed that to super morbid obesity. That would have been more correct. Diabetes, you don't care about that either. Don't care about your blood sugar. Women of 40, ma'am, you're not 40 yet. So why are you using that tag? Are you trying to attract other women to your channel? You're trying to get that women of 40 or over 40 crowd to come see you? I don't know why you would. You don't like other women. You're very jealous and secure with other women. But you're trying to put yourself in that algorithm. Day in my life, I wouldn't call it much of a life. And addressing rumors. What a weird tag. What corner of YouTube pertains to that? I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird tag. Cowboy Dog says, this comment is the current plan. She's not going back. His butt is coming here. Comment from the awesome Jade Speculation Station channel. So this person on Jade Speculation Station channel says, Believer says, Canadian common law marriage was my thoughts exactly. Also, there are temporary marriages, religious, not government, in Kuwait. That is why Chantal had to take the Shahada and become a Muslim. This way they could live together to establish the 1-year living together Canadian requirement. Hence the Salah and Chantal channel. Chantal came home to establish a residency in Canada, clear up all debt so she can sponsor Salah. Hence her car being paid off. Great video and enjoy your reaction style. PS, Chantal isn't getting WLS. She'll use it for content only, of course, because getting actual WLS is a lot of steps. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of waiting time. And she's very impatient. She will never, ever get WLS. Just too much work. And didn't she say she doesn't want to be uncomfortable? Well, that would make you uncomfortable. But to address this comment, let's see. So she can sponsor Salah. Well, I would think that it would take more than her paying off her car to be able to sponsor him. You know, like, he's coming over from another country. She's got to show that while he's here with her, that she can financially take care of him, that she's got that kind of money. I don't think she can show that, especially with a bankruptcy still on her record. And so far as all we know, it's not been paid off. So if she's trying to sponsor Salah, even if they're trying to do the common law marriage thing, it's going to be a long way off before that debt is paid down to where that's not an issue. Moving on to, let's see, D. Angry Scott said, Foodie Beauty uploaded another sitting in her car ranting stuff vid and made me realize how different Canada Foodie is from Kuwait Foodie. Kuwait Foodie shuffles around her house eating or cooking. Canada Foodie is loud, addresses her haters, and talks with her hands. Well, the Kuwait Foodie was more the phony. The Canada Foodie is more authentic. That's who she really is. When she was in Canada, she had to watch what she said and what she did because of where she was at. But back in Canada, she's got a bit more freedom, and she's certainly been exercising it, hasn't she? With her gestures, with her words, with her mannerisms, with the fact that she is just going to town on all the fast food that she missed so much. And didn't she also say that one of the things that she came back to Canada for was to indulge in all of her fast foods? And there was also talk about her doing story times featuring her trigger foods. Doesn't sound like somebody who wants WLS or is looking to take care of their health, does it? Okay. Two-tailed caperer. You're so right and so wrong all at the same time for doing this. That's funny. That's too much. Well done. Oh, it gets worse. Judge Judy. I can see the resemblance, though. I can definitely see the resemblance between those two images. That's hilarious. Okay, Katie says, I'll have to think of a story time of why each food is a comfort food because there has to be a reason why. You don't already know why because there aren't any reasons. You're just gluttonous and trying to use comfort food as an excuse for why you continue to eat junk food. So let's watch the clip courtesy of Katie.
So I'm thinking of going or eating all of these things and doing a story time with each item, why it's a comfort food for me. It might be like therapeutic to me. Why is it a comfort?
Chantal, you're just looking for a reason to have a B moment and let it be excused. You have BED, right? You've made many videos and live streams talking about it. I just did a react to one of your older videos from 5 years ago where you were talking about your issue with food. And I just gave my thoughts, feelings, and opinions. But here we are 5 years later, and you're still trying to find sneaky, shisty ways to have B moments and not get yelled at, not get criticized. If you cared about your health, if you cared about your high blood sugar and your diabetes and all those things going on, you wouldn't try to find ridiculous ways to eat your comfort foods, which are actually your trigger foods. You would totally just not have those thoughts or do those things. Nobody needs to see you eat your comfort foods and have you explain the reasons why you're eating them. You've already explained. No need to over-explain. Okay? Do everybody that's on YouTube that maybe has dealt with a BED a favor and not do that. Don't trigger people with your content. It's just rude. Freaking rude.
Comfort food. You know, why is ravioli from Chef Boyardee a comfort food? And I got to think of, there's got to be a story time to each situation. There has to. There just has to. So maybe we'll go for a ride somewhere down the long road and bring a bowl of ravioli. And
why would you want to do that? Why would you want to drive down the long road at all? The long road is something that you associate with Natter. Why would you do that? Why would you do anything or go anywhere that reminds you of him if, by your words, he was such an awful person that hurt you so much? Why would you do that? So you're going to go down the long road and also bring in your comfort food? Make it make sense. Make it make complete sense.
for story time. No, probably not the long road. I don't know. I'm sick of that road.
Listen, I'm just going to give my opinion because I can, because it's my channel and, you know, my channel, my rules. I don't care about your comfort food. And I don't care about your story time. And I don't want you to use a story time as a way and a means to have a B moment in front of people. You want to have your B moment? Nobody can stop you. Do it off camera. Do us all a favor and do it off camera. Don't turn it into a story time. Let a story time be a story time with no food involved. The fact that you're willing to bring in your comfort foods, your temptations as your content, ridiculous.
Not the same. I don't want those memories, a lot of them.
But you're bringing back the memories. I mean, you're pulling all different kinds of things together. You're in Canada. You're surrounded by the temptations. You want to go down the long road, knowing that the long road is going to make you think of Natter. You might even go to the outhouse. Everybody's speculating. There might have been an outhouse visit, or there might be one in the future, because the long road leads to the outhouse, and we know what the outhouse means. Party favors. Pick up party favors. Pick up on aisle 3. Yeah. Yeah, like for someone who cares about their health, you are pulling back everything from things you used to do on your channel. You're bringing them all back. And you think you're going to get better? No.
You know, so
yeah, whatever. So what else we got here? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so we'll get out of here. All right, and I want to show you guys something briefly. All right, this is just like a half-second thing. And this is courtesy of, let me see, I've got like different tabs pulled up here. I'm going to leave a link for this video in the video description. This is courtesy of BEEZER clips. And this is just like, we all know that Chantal uses filters. She's been using them for the longest. So BEEZER clips has a very, very short clip called Foodie Beauty Walks by a Mirror. And we all know Chantal hates mirrors because mirrors don't lie. Now, keep in mind, this is from a year ago, before she went to Kuwait, before she put on the hijab and the abaya. This was Chantal 100+ pounds lighter. But this is like a true reflection of her. So let me just go ahead and pull that up so you guys can see. I had to stop the video, like it's a really, really short clip. I had to stop it exactly when she walks by the mirror. That was Chantal over a year ago. Let me just blow it up a little bit more so you guys can see. This was her 150 pounds lighter. This is why she hates mirrors. Because the mirrors don't lie on her. They don't lie for her. They tell the truth. This is also part of the reason why she hates the reaction channels, because all of the reaction channels, the clip channels, the archive channels, we function as a type of hall of mirrors for Foodie. And with that many eyes on you, that many people watching you, noticing all the details that maybe you forgot, you can't get away from the truth. It's all around you. It's above you. It's below you. It's beside you. That's why she hates the reaction channels. She tries to lie. But when you lie to a group of people that large, somebody's going to catch you in a lie. So there's Foodie. There she is. And let me just, you guys get there's a still image right there. But let's play the clip, even though it's really, really short.
Ooh, I like this bra. Yes. Perfect.
Sorry about that. See, I told you it was just that quick.
Ooh, I like this.
It was just that quick.
Bra. Yeah.
There she is. There's our girl. I'll leave a link for the video in the video description of the video, and you can check out the rest of the channel. I just want to show that to you, the real Foodie. Will the real Foodie please stand up? There she is. There she was a year ago. There's no telling how she looks now. The only thing we're getting these days is her being in the car. She's not even driving. She's not doing any live broadcast while she's driving. And I've got a theory about that. And Other people have shared this theory. I think the reason why Chantal is not driving and doing a live and just talking is because she's gotten so incredibly large that she has trouble driving. I'm pretty certain that the steering wheel is cutting into her stomach. It's pressed so hard into her stomach that she can't drive and talk. She's got to park somewhere and talk to people. It's all she can do anymore. Okay. So before we get into the react of her video, let's hop on over to Jade's speculation station. And this has to do with the rumors that Chantal's going to be addressing in her video. People speculating why she left Kuwait. Why did she leave in a hurry? She said that Kuwait was her home, that she would never leave, that she would never leave Salah, and yet she did leave. She did leave. So there's some interesting theories out there. Absolutely interesting. So let's go on over to Jade's speculation station, and I'll leave a link for her video as well in the video description, and you guys can check her out, all of her great content. Let me just go ahead and pull that up. Just switching tabs here. Okay, are we where we need to be? Perfect. Okay, let's get started.
You know I'm gonna manipulate the fuck out of you, and you're gonna eat it up, and you're gonna watch me.
Hello and welcome to Speculation Station. Holy subscribers, Batman. I step away for a day and we've absolutely exploded. I am blown away. Truly, thank you for...
Well, congratulations, Jade, because you made this video a day ago and you're already at over 1K. So awesome. Congratulations, Jade.
From the bottom of my heart, man, you guys are amazing. It feels kind of like Christmas came early. I also see I have a ton of your comments to respond to, and I will do that very soon. I have already read most of them, and in fact, I'm going to respond to some of them relevant to this update in this video. So, buckle up. My name is Jade, and let's start with the Shantopolis update. I have speculated that something happened with the Kuwait government, but silly me, I did not bother to look into it until Pippi Longstocking smacked a little sense into me, and well, I'm like, duh, why didn't I look it up?
Okay, so new laws took effect in Kuwait. Go ahead and do some research. Of course, always do the research. You find out all kinds of things that way. Awesome.
So, hi ho, it's off to Google I go when I'm absolutely inundated with articles.
Ooh, y'all see all these things popping up? Let's see. Illegal expats arrested. Yeah, Kuwait, they're not playing. They are not playing. Anybody that's not supposed to be there or they've got issues, they're getting them out.
Articles going back several months talking about deporting and recently even arresting expats, non-citizens, nationals of Kuwait. Then I looked up the eyelash a la Chris's comment, and after sifting through a ton of super fascinating actual eyelash videos, I found them. And they also found the same articles. It's pretty clear that several corners of Girl World are all on the same page. Compound that with Chantal's zero effort into her health, despite the fact that she claims to have come home for that specific reason.
I made the decision that it's sadly probably better for me to go back to Canada for a while.
Okay. All of us that have been watching Chantal for more than 5 minutes, there's one thing that we know. Well, there's a few things that we know. The two things that we know right away are Chantal lies, but Chantal tells on herself. But beyond that, what we know about her is if there's a man in her life that she is greatly attached to, if she can help it, she's not going to leave that man. She's not going to leave his side because she wants companionship. And to be honest, she doesn't trust the men that she calls companions. Like, the only way she feels secure is if she's sitting next to that man staring at his phone. So to leave a man that she cares about, that she's invested time and money in, thousands of miles away, like, leave him behind, this is something that she would not do willingly. Something happened.
To seek some much needed medical care, and part of that is I want to talk to a doctor about possible weight loss.
Yeah, so where's the medical care? You've been back in Kuwait for a minute. Where's the medical care? All we're seeing you do is go out and eating your junk food. Not exactly a way to take care of your health, Chantal.
surgery.
And the line of logical conclusion of this marriage of convenience is pretty clear and, well, kind of sad if you think about it. The chances of Chantal marrying Salah in Kuwait, like she said, is slim to none, as he is Syrian, living in Kuwait as a refugee, most likely based on this admission from Chantal.
Like he can't go home. He hasn't been home in a long time, like in Syria in a long time.
And there are no protections or citizenships specific to.
Okay, a little something personal from me. My second husband was from Mexico City, and he got married, and he had to go for his green card. And before he got the green card, he could not go back home to Mexico City until he got it. So I can easily see that being the case for Salah. Like if he doesn't have the means to get back to his family or not allowed to, that's why it was staying away. But keep going, Jade.
To refugees residing.
Okay, there are no national laws or administrative regulations governing the status of asylum seekers or refugees. All non-citizens in Kuwait fall under national immigration laws, also referred to as doggone words. You get it, including refugees and asylum seekers who register with UNHCR.
In Kuwait, and in order to get married there, both parties must be at minimum citizens.
So to get married, original Kuwaiti civil IDs and copies of bride, groom, and witnesses. So that pretty much confirms they were never married. It was just them role-playing and playing house.
And with the 15 to 20-year resident requirement, there's no way our fresh and fit fountain of falsehoods could have met those requirements.
Nope, because she's not been there that long. And she can't be there that long because she's on a visa.
I don't know how long Salah has lived there and if he may have gained citizenship through their expansive requirements. It's clear that both bride and groom need to be citizens in order to get married. Though none of this was new information, I felt it was important to reiterate due to my next point. Now it makes sense why Tweedledee and Tweedledum have to lie about their marriage to stay off the Kuwait radar. Let's face it, Chantal would not survive a stint in any jail, especially a harsh foreign one where in 2018, it is said they were so overcrowded inmates were sleeping on the.
Okay, inmates incarcerated at the central prison said the prison cells had become so overcrowded that they were forced to sleep on the floor in their cells, on mattresses in the hallway outside their cells, or share beds with other inmates. Can anyone imagine Fraudy being in a cell with other people? She would take up a bed all by herself, and even then it wouldn't be big enough. Like, she did not want to be in a prison over there. She did not. That's why she got out of Dodge while she could get out of Dodge. She rolled beneath the garage door before it closed.
Floor and sharing beds. They could have lied or told the truth and said they didn't live together. However, that would compromise Salah's chances of getting into Canada, and we'll get into that in a moment. We all talked about why Chantal and Salah had such an extended trip to Thailand, and there were several speculations, and here's mine. In Canada, you can deem someone a common.
Okay, living common law means you are living in a conjugal relationship with a person who is not your married spouse, and at least one of the following conditions applies. This person has been living with you in a conjugal relationship for at least 12 continuous months. In this definition, 12 continuous months includes any period you were separated for less than 90 days because of a breakdown in the relationship. So over in Kuwait, they were at least together for over a year. So maybe in Canada, that would qualify them for a common law marriage.
Law spouse after residing together for 12 months, including times of separation within 90 days. I think that was the plan all along. It seems likely that Salah probably had his visitor's visa declined. With them living together in Kuwait, they have established a common law relationship. I do believe due to the growing exportation concerns, they were trying to get married in Thailand because foreigners can get married in Thailand and it's recognized internationally as I understand it, so long as they can gain certain documents from their home countries. I speculate the reason Chantal and Salah were there so long is not because of Chantal's paperwork so much as Salah struggling to get paperwork necessary from Syria. I believe had the Thailand marriage worked, Chantal would have already been home safe and sound. So instead, she risked deportation and got her 12 months in and skirted her ass out of there as fast as she could wobble in an effort to escape the consequences expats are facing. And with Salah's visitor's visa likely denied, there is now a path into Canada through a common law spousal visa, which, if approved, could take up to 12 months.
Now, what I want to add to what Jade is saying, if anybody remembers the live stream that Chantal did while in Kuwait, she kept talking about loopholes. Remember that? She said that there's loopholes to things. Well, if you're doing things the legal way, the right way, you don't need loopholes, do you? You look for loopholes when you can't get what you want the regular way. You look for workarounds and shortcuts, and she's all about that life of finding workarounds and shortcuts. Always looking for the shortcuts, always looking for the way around the corner. So if she and Salah wanted to get married and they couldn't do it in Kuwait, and maybe they were having trouble in Thailand getting it done, this could be just another loophole that she's trying to exploit.
So, this, of course, was always about getting Salah to Canada, as we pretty much all suspected, and in my opinion, Salah will attempt to look like the loving husband despite how incredibly awkward he is around Chantal, and she will do everything she can to get him to Canada to continue her fake little marriage. Though only time will tell how this plays out. The timing of all their efforts so far seems to point directly to these speculations to me, but what do you think? Well, now that we have all that out of the way, I need to get working on Chantal's newest video, which is, well, more of her typical delusional fuckery, so keep an eye out. And I want to thank you all for watching this video, and thank you to all the amazing new subscribers and all of those in the community who liked and shared and pushed me out into the algorithm. And yes, I see you, Missy Dutton. Thank you so much.
Great video, Jade. Even though the video was short, it was a lot of information packed in it. It was well done. You were well spoken. Love it. And I'll be seeing your channel a lot more, and I wish you well on your channel growing. But great job with this video. Really appreciate you putting it out there. A lot of things were said and understood. So now that you guys have seen that about what Chantal's going to be talking about and addressing in her video, let's go on over to her video and see her get on the defensive again. And those of us that have been watching Chantal, we know something about her, don't we? She's a narcissist. And narcissists always get the most defensive and the most angry when people are getting either too close to the truth or they're speaking the truth. That's when they really lose it. When they're lying about something and the truth is exposed and they just can't deny it. So I think a lot of people are getting way too close to the truth, and that's why she's got her defensive wall up and she's going to be behind it yelling and screaming. But let me just go ahead and pull up the video and we can watch this together. Let's see. All right. And there she is. No, I'm I am not watching her scam me. No, we're getting past that. No, I refuse. I veto that idea. All right. All right. We're good. We're good. All right. Let's get to, shall we?
Back to another video in the middle of nowhere in my car. So today's topic is going to be...
It's really strange. It seems like she keeps using the same location. Oh, hold on.
Information.
She's going ahead of me. Shut up. Oh, shut up, Chantal. I'm not ready for you yet. My computer's not working. Dang it. What I was saying was, she keeps saying it's the middle of nowhere. But that looks like the same location that she's used before, like the trees and everything look exactly the same. I don't know where she's parked. I have no idea. It could be a park. It could be in front of a restaurant. I have no clue. It could be near the outhouse. But it seems like she keeps going to the same place to do these talking videos in her car. Maybe one day we'll find out where it is. But let's go.
So today's topic is going to be something that is very popular in my corner. And there's a lot of misinformation. So that's the only reason I'm addressing this.
But nobody asked you to address it, did they? Who came forward and asked you to address the rumors? Point me in that direction. I'd like to know. I want to see. You don't have to address anything. This is your channel. This is your content. You can talk about whatever you want. You could talk about how the sky is blue and the grass is green. You don't have to address anything. But since being back in Canada, you really don't have much to talk about, do you? There's nothing going on. Why don't you talk about how you're looking for a place to live, Chantal. Didn't you say that was high on your list of priority? Didn't you say I want a place of my own? Where's the update on that? Shouldn't you be talking about that? Like if you're getting closer to getting a place of your own? I mean, that would be more interesting than talking about supposed rumors. You have nothing to bring to the table right now. The month is almost over. The extra Google AdSense money is about to dry up. So you don't have to do this. You didn't have to make this video, but you did. Because I think it bothers you that people might be getting a little bit too close to the actual truth of why you left Kuwait. You didn't leave Kuwait and come home to Canada because you cared about your health. We've all seen the physical evidence of that. The going to the grocery store, buying all the processed foods, all the fast food you've been eating. You don't give one whit about your health. You don't care. You came back, in your words, to eat the fast food and maybe to form a plan to perhaps get Salah over to Canada with you, or go back over there quickly enough to where he doesn't go wander off to the Red Room with the Empress.
So the thing I want to address today, I want to show you my agenda first, actually.
Oh, dear God. Oh, Lord. We're doing this? You borrowed this off of Amberlynn Reed. Y'all remember? Like, she was all about her journals and writing things down. She had like a bazillion journals that she never used. So now we're doing the journal. So Miriam is trying to act like she is so busy. Her schedule is so packed. She actually needs a journal. There's so many things going on that she's got to pencil everything in and make sure she gets to all of her appointments and everything gets done in a day. You're not that busy, Chantal. Look at you. It's in the middle of the day. You're in the middle of nowhere, in a place with the trees behind you, doing this video. Obviously, you're not that busy.
Planner. I don't really like the outside. I got it from Amazon, and I'm telling you guys, I am going to miss so bad Amazon if I ever go back to Kuwait, because Amazon, oh, I have a shopping. See, maybe I shouldn't live here because, listen, I've just already spent so much on Amazon, like things that I need for myself. Not frivolous things. I had like $150 worth of makeup in my cart, and I was like, put all that stuff back because you don't need it. Like, I have enough makeup, and, you know, I have some financial goals that if I just frivolously spend, it's not part of the plan, right? So
my question is, where is all this money coming from? Is it coming from the feedies off YouTube that are giving her money? Is it money from family? Because it's before payday. Chantal does not know how to save her money. So where is all this money coming from to go Amazon shopping? Make it make sense. And on top of that, Miss Mama's talking about getting her own place. That's expensive. Shouldn't that money go for that versus going on Amazon and going ham with the shopping?
I have no business doing that right now. So I put everything back, but I did need a planner because my life is unorganized and it's actually more detrimental. So this is actually a pretty good planner. It was pretty cheap. I don't remember right now the price, but I'll put it somewhere. It was for first plan.
By the way, Chantal, you big idiot. You spent $10 Canadian on a planner from Amazon. Girl, you could have gone to the 99-cent store and found those all day long for $1, but go ahead and overspend your money.
Planner standards, there were planners that were very expensive. So here it has, I like how it has the calendar at a glance for like the whole week. And then you have each day, you have here. And I do this, you know, the evening in the evenings to relax.
Look at her trying to turn a planner into YouTube content. Aren't you adorable? Bless your heart.
And I really love doing it. So it tells you the weather. You know, today I would be...
Chantal, we can read. We can see the words on the page. You don't have to explain all that stuff to us. We know what a planner is. We know what each section is. Why are you explaining it in detail like this? Ridiculous. Stupid.
Your priorities, your to-do list, things to get done, money in, money out, so you can keep track of what you spent in the day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, exercise notes, and then hour by hour your day, and up until 12 a.m. And I've been going to bed at 10:30, not much later than that, and sometimes earlier.
You know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. Nobody cares. No one cares what time you go to bed. Nobody cares what time you get up. Nobody cares about your bowel movements. Nobody cares how many times you go to the toilet or how many nasties you're eating. Nobody cares. None of this is interesting content. None of this is entertaining. You're just grasping at, I would like to say straws, but it's not even straws at this point. More like lint from the dryer. Nobody cares. You're talking about things nobody cares about. Nobody cares about that planner. None of that. Your content sucks. We thought it'd be more interesting when you came back from Kuwait over to Canada. We thought that it'd be more interesting. Obviously, it's not. You're still rambling over things that nobody gives a crap about.
Because I'm just, on that kind of routine right now. And
so I just want to put this shameless plug in here.
Well, you can put the shameless plug in there, but ain't nobody buying it. Isn't it interesting that you were promoting this before you left Kuwait, saying, oh, it's going to help you to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. But have we seen you drink it since you got to Canada? No. You said you were drinking that before you ate anything, but you did the grocery haul run, which was nothing but junk food. So what happened to that? You're promoting a product that you're not even using anymore. And I knew that when I saw this on your channel before, when you first talked about it, I knew exactly what you were doing, Chantal. You wanted to get that little bit of commission off of each sale. And then once you got that little bit of money in your pocket, you were just going to forget about it and barely mention it again. You're promoting something that you yourself are not using. You're just finding another version of the postcard club, trying to get that money in hand, but you're not really interested in giving people what they deserve.
Not only just to promote the product, like for no reason, I actually want to tell you about a benefit I've been having from the Unimate so far. I have not been napping still. I have the energy to go out throughout the day without sleeping. I used to be at a point.
I don't think that comes from the drink. I don't think your energy comes from the drink. I think it might be coming from something else that you're not talking about. So have you been seeing Natter? You've been talking to Natter? Has he been selling you some party favors? Maybe you've had a pickup or two from the outhouse. I find it interesting, Chantal, very interesting, that a long time ago, you were raging about the reaction channels and claiming that we were taking money out of your pocket. You hated us so much. And then right about the same time, Natter threw over 150 privacy complaints at different channels. And I feel he did it on your behalf because you've always been about that life of, I want to do some dirty work, but I'm not going to use my own hands. I'm going to use somebody else's. Because if I use somebody else's hands and they do the work for me, then I can say, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Somebody else did it. And your channel would be protected from strikes, from trouble. And that way your income would be protected. So that happened a while ago. And isn't it interesting that now you're back in Canada? And right about the same time that you get back in Canada, Natter threw a strike or a privacy complaint at French Fry Girl. The timing of it all. Could he have done that on your behalf because you do hate Frenchie? I wonder. Was the strike because Natter wanted to throw it? Or was it because you wanted to make trouble for Frenchie, but you didn't dare go after her, knowing that there might be repercussions for that. So just something to think about, y'all.
Point where, you know, even Salah, like I said, would notice like how much I sleep a lot and need to take naps. And now I just get up in the morning, early enough in the morning, usually around, it's been around 8 a.m., I'd say the median. But
you know, I have to wonder, the reason why she's getting up so early is because she's not on her own yet. She's not in her own place, and she's staying somewhere with somebody else. And because she's staying with somebody else, they are not letting her sleep 10 to 12 hours a day. Like when they get up, she's got to get up. They're not just going to let her lounge around their house and eat all their food.
I don't need to nap during the day. And for me, that's pretty amazing. So I have energy throughout the day because I drink this in the morning, and it really just energizes
You know,
me.
I don't believe you're drinking that every day until you come on camera showing yourself drink it. And I don't want to see you with just the bottle in your hand with barely any of it out of the bottle completely full. I want to see you drink the whole thing. So I'm issuing a challenge to you, Chantal. If this stuff works, if it's the bomb and it's helping you lose weight, then you'll be willing to come on camera, and as part of your content, you show yourself drinking it. You show us proof that you're actually drinking all of it, and it's helping you to decrease your portions because it's making you feel full. But just being in a car and holding up the bottle and saying, this is helping me, don't believe it. Really don't believe it. You're still over there eating junk food. You're still having bee moments, ma'am. You're over there talking about bringing in your comfort foods and doing story time to them. So if you're willing to do that, how is this stuff going to help you? How could it possibly be helping you if you're willing to bring in your comfort foods, knowing those are your trigger foods, and willing to eat them on camera, knowing what that's going to lead to? Because once you start with one trigger food, it's going to trigger you to go further and further and further and not stop. I mean, you got to pick a lane. Either you're getting healthy or you're not. Just pick one and stay there.
So I just wanted to let you know that that's also part of the reason why I've been, you know, just having a normal sleep pattern for a change. You know,
Nobody cares about your sleep patterns. A person getting 8 hours of sleep a day is not a big deal. A lot of people do it. We just go to bed and sleep 8 hours and then get up and get things done. What's so special about you doing it?
I definitely think it's part of the reason, because it makes sense since I've been drinking it. It's been this way for me. So yeah, that's a plus.
I'm being very productive during the days, and it feels good because I'm actually like taking off things.
She says she's being productive during the day. Okay, then tell us what you did. Tell us what you did. What your days have been like. Like, what are you up to? Just saying you're being productive is not, you're not backing it up with naming all the things you did. Doing simple adult things for you is such a rare occasion that you have to brag about it. I remember long ago when you would do cleaning streams, like, oh, I'm cleaning my bedroom, and that was supposed to be your live content. Look at me, I'm cleaning my bedroom, and it wouldn't even get clean. Or cleaning your kitchen. People would tune in to see if you actually cleaned your kitchen. So if you're getting all kinds of things accomplished, really accomplished, wouldn't you be able to tell us what you did? You're not naming anything. You're just generalizing. And that's not good enough. If you did anything, you'd be the first to tell us. You're not telling us anything you did.
Actually, I got to take something off right now. I got to swap laundry and okay. I got to swap some things. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that later. Oh, wait. Tomorrow I got to do some Christmas shopping. Okay, tomorrow I got to do Christmas shopping. What else do I have to do?
Well, that was a short list. She got that great big planner, and even though she's got 8 to 10 hours in a day, she only put 2 things in it. And she cut herself off from saying she's got to switch out the laundry. Girl, all you got to do is take the wet laundry and put it in the dryer. That takes all of like 2 or 3 minutes. And then talking about Christmas shopping. Well, we all know you're not going to go physical shopping. You're not going to walk around in the shopping malls or the stores. You're going to shop on Amazon, and that doesn't take any time at all. So she got a multi-page planner, barely able to put anything even though she's got 8 to 10 hours a day that she could just fill up and do all kinds of stuff.
I know my face shape is weird in this hijab under cap, but let's see if I can do this. Oh, hello, friend. I look like I'm coming out of a birth canal. What the heck? Never mind. All right. Okay, I want to talk about me being kicked out of Kuwait or not being able to go back because of health issues. And,
Chantal,
you know, you're going to react to me.
Shut up, Chantal. I don't know why you'd want to go back. Didn't you say you needed to come back to Canada because of the health care here? And while you were in Kuwait, you couldn't use their health care because you were not a resident. At this stage in time, why would you want to go back? You are very unhealthy. You need to stay in Canada and take care of your health, but you're not going to. But if there was ever a place that you need to stay in case something happens, it would be right where you're at. You have out of control blood sugar, you've got hypertension, high blood pressure, heart problems, lung problems, liver problems, all kinds of stuff. Why would you want to go back? Is it because you don't trust the law? You know, you're just getting frenzied because you can't be there to look over his shoulder and see who he's talking to on his phone or watch his every move? You're in a hurry to try to get back over there? And at your current weight, ma'am, and with your health conditions, is it safe to fly? Because if something happens to you during a flight, you're gone for. You're done. You're going to be thousands of feet up in the air having a medical emergency, and what can anybody do to help you? You're stupid. You are so stupid.
Me, whatever, but it's the you know, the theories that are not true at all that just like,
well, if they're not true, why do they bother you? Why remark on them? Because you need content. See this, you know, Chantal has gone on record many times calling the reaction channels vultures. Has she not? She has said they're vultures. They steal my content. She screamed, why don't they get their own content? Why don't they get their own content ideas? But yet when it suits her, she will go on Twitter. She will go on the reaction channels and watch their live chats, listen to what they have to say, looking for content ideas because she doesn't want to come up with her own. She criticizes the reaction channels, but yet what is she doing right here? She's reacting to the things that people say about her. So she's doing a reaction. She may not be showing anybody's live chat or video, but this still is kind of a reaction video, is it not? Yeah, it is.
because it's annoying for me, because then you have people come into my channel. Did you really get kicked out of Kuwait? I know that all of you wish the absolute worst for me. That's why.
No, we don't wish the worst for you. We don't wish the worst. You accuse us of wishing the worst for you. But yet, Chantal, aren't you wishing the worst for yourself if you're as sick as you are and you're not doing a doggone thing about it? You are your own worst enemy. You shoot yourself in the foot all the time with everything. As I said in my other react video to you, to the video that you did 5 years ago, you make your own prophecies. You make your own life. You were given a cup of fortune and plenty, and you've misused it. You've abused it. You turned it into a cup of poison for yourself, and you didn't have to. That's what you chose to do. We don't have to wish anything bad upon you. You're hurting yourself just fine without anybody's help, without anybody's coercion. You're doing it. You're the captain of your own ship. Where that ship goes is determined by where you decide to steer it. And you keep steering yours right into the rocks. And has nothing to do with us. So stop blaming us for all of the things that are going wrong in your life. You made all those things happen.
You try to find something in everything I do that points to the fact that I'm doing bad, because I don't share things as openly anymore.
What we do is we put on your video. While the video is playing, we give our thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And because you are such a big, huge liar and manipulator and a schemer and a scammer, because there's so many holes and so many stories and things that you tell us, to put the pieces together, to have them make sense, we will try to fill in the holes and pull it all together to where people can follow along what's going on. If you told people the truth, the absolute truth, there would be no need for speculation. There'd be no need for people to try to figure out what's going on. We'd know what was going on because it would come out of your mouth. But the truth never comes out of your mouth, does it? No. You refuse to be truthful. You refuse to be honest. So when dealing with a liar like you, we have to try to figure out the truth, since that's not something you offer up to us.
Okay, if I suffered through everything that people accuse me of, like with all the theories being true, I would be the most unluckiest person in the universe.
Actually, I disagree with that. I disagree with the thinking that you are the unluckiest person alive. I think just the opposite. I think your guardian angels, if you got them, if they haven't deserted you yet, they are exhausted. If there are guardian spirits watching you, they are tired, they're exhausted. They're like, can we get a vacation from this one? Because we are just done here. Stick a fork in us, we're done. I think you are extremely lucky, given the things that you've done. And you could have suffered serious consequences, and you haven't yet. The operative word being yet. You have suffered the consequences of some things, but not other things. You've dodged a lot of bullets. I think you got out of Kuwait as quickly as you could to escape possible jail time. You got out of there before the garage door closed. You rolled underneath it, right when it hit the ground. But you are extremely lucky in a lot of respects. You're lucky in the fact that all those times that you were going back and forth to Natters and you were driving intoxicated, that you did not swerve and hit somebody. You're lucky that you didn't get arrested for having party favors on you. You're extremely lucky that in all the times that you were overtaking those party favors, that you didn't OD. You're extremely lucky that despite the fact that you keep punishing your body with food, you haven't ended up in the hospital yet. So you've been lucky up until now. But at what point does luck run out? Nobody knows. You don't know. But I think it might be pertinent that you stop pushing your luck. Because at some point, you're not going to have any left. You're going to be bankrupt on luck the way you are on everything else in your life.
So anyway, I am not kicked out of Kuwait because of my health. There are so many diabetic people in Kuwait. You can be an expat with health issues in Kuwait. You may have to pay for some things. Expat healthcare is you pay a certain amount a year, and then you get access to public healthcare for very, very cheap or almost free, depending what you need. Also, you can pay for private healthcare. Actually, private healthcare is a lot more popular.
Okay, so let's stop right here. So you're claiming that diabetics are okay over in Kuwait. although the law says otherwise. But let's expand on that. You're not just someone that you have diabetes that's easily controlled with medication and diet and exercise. You've got a myriad of health problems besides the diabetes. You know, you've had blood clots in your lungs. You require medication for that. You've got an enlarged heart. You have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Your liver is 3 to 4 times the size of normal. There's a lot of stuff going on with you, Chantal. So it's not just one thing. There's a bunch of things. And you came back to Canada allegedly to, in your words, take advantage of the Canadian healthcare system. That's your attitude. I'm going to come back to Canada and take advantage of the healthcare system in my home country. So wouldn't it stand to reason that that would be your plan in Kuwait? That you're not going to go back to Kuwait and pay all the bills yourself and not be a burden. Your plan is to find some way to be somebody else's burden. And Kuwait is putting down their foot and saying, we're not going to allow that. But you're back in Canada, and it's going to be a while before you're back on the plan to where you can use the health care. So I can see Kuwait's reason for not allowing you to be there, if in fact that is the reason.
Than public in Kuwait. And most of the time, except for, no. Yeah, I think once only I needed public health care and I had to have nebulizer treatment, and it was pretty cheap. It was like $10 for the visit.
Yeah, but what about if something else happened? So you were over there and something simple happened. What if it's more complex? As I said, you've got a myriad of health problems. You've got so many things going on that just one thing is dangerous by itself. But then you add in everything else surrounding that. An enlarged heart is dangerous. Blood clots in your lungs are dangerous. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Blood clots in your lungs before are dangerous. An enlarged heart is dangerous. An extreme fatty liver is dangerous. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is dangerous. You've got multiple problems at the same time. Any one of them could land you in the hospital. Any one of them could become something very expensive. And if you don't have the money to pay, who's going to pay? Who's going to foot the bill? Canada? Kuwait? Do you see why they kicked you out if they did kick you out? They don't want to foot that bill.
But, why did I say that so like, but the other times I've needed healthcare in Kuwait, we've paid for it privately. So how can it be a burden on a system that I pay for privately?
Because at the time, what you were doing, it was something very simple. Just a simple thing. You haven't experienced a really severe, extreme medical emergency. Not yet. That's a whole different ballgame, Chantal. What if something happened to you and you lay in the hospital for weeks and you can't get out and you can't get on YouTube and make money? You can't do videos. Who is going to pay for that? Your family? How much money do they have? How much money can they give you to pay medical bills, especially if you're in another country? And the Canadian dollar is worth almost nothing compared to the Kuwaiti dinar. Who's going to pay those bills? Who's willing to go into debt for you and your lack of health?
Most of the time. And that we pay for in advance for the year. You know, I've never been told that I require private health care. If I did need it, I would buy a private health care insurance. And the fact that people think I'm way too unhealthy to get insurance, probably.
Okay, more personal information. So I had a father. He's no longer with us. My dad, he wasn't super morbidly obese like Chantal, but he had a lot of health problems. He's on several different medications, and he had a hard time getting health insurance just because of that. So if my dad, who he did everything right, he ate healthy, he did what he could to manage his health problems. Like my dad had quadruple bypass heart surgery. If he couldn't get health insurance, how could Chantal, with all of her issues that are ongoing? I mean, any insurance agent will look at Chantal and say she's going to be high risk, and no. You know?
Probably for a lot of companies, yeah, but there are companies who, you know, are very competitive and they offer no medical check required kind of health insurance, and there's
Now,
a lot.
that it sounds like a shiesty insurance company. If they're willing to just give you insurance and they don't check you out first, sounds really shiesty.
Of expat health insurance. I actually might or might not have one. You don't know. The thing is that these people just speculate and they're wrong, but they make it sound like it's a sure thing. Like they're right, like 100% they know, as if they have a GoPro and they're following my life around in my house, etc. The fact that people don't know anything and it's making them go crazy.
No, it's making you go crazy. You're making yourself crazy. Did anybody tell you to go to the reaction channels or Twitter or anywhere and look at those things? Did anybody send you a private message saying, hey, Chantal, look at this, and this, and this person said that, and they're speculating about that? Did anybody do that? And if somebody did, why would they? Knowing it's going to stress you out, knowing it's going to make you angry or irritated. Why would they do that? Why would they point you in that direction? You're running around YouTube, you know, with your little Twitter fingers on your phone, scrolling left, scrolling right, scrolling everywhere, type, making yourself nuts. Because although you said, I'm avoiding the negativity, I am moving on, I don't care what they say, you work backwards. You work in opposite to yourself. Whatever you say, go the other way, and that's more the truth. If you say you don't care about something, that means you do. So all the speculations, all the theories, why do they bother you? It's just people talking. If it's none of it is true, why get this irritated unless part of it is true? Because if it weren't true, it wouldn't bug you, right? Apparently it's bugging you. You made a whole video about it.
With theories and conspiracy that interfere with my life a bit, because people take these words as truth and then they think I'm the liar, you know? And it's like, it's my life.
Oh, I get it. You're bothered because you have your YouTube channel and you're trying to paint this false picture of yourself for your BEEZERs, and you're desperately trying to paint these little colors over your picture and have your BEEZERs look at that picture, and this is supposed to be the real picture. And then the reaction channels and the clip channels and archive channels, we offer up our theories, our conspiracies, if you will. We try to fill in the blank holes that you leave behind, and we put in things that might point to the truth, and that bothers you. Because you're trying to paint one portrait of yourself, you're trying to frame everything a certain way, but then when the reaction channels come along and they frame something a different way, it gets people thinking about the things you say and the things you do, and the fact that maybe you might be a liar, which you are, and you don't want to be painted as a liar. You want to maintain this public persona image that people can come to your channel and you're telling the truth when you're not. You're just supposed to accept everything you say is truth. Well, we know over here that Chantal lies, Chantal tells on herself. That's what we love about you. You lie, but then you tell on yourself almost immediately. So go ahead and keep being bothered about the fact that people are talking and they're poking holes in all of your lives. And every time we poke a hole in a lie, the light and the truth shine right through. Keep being bothered. Stay mad.
living it. I think I should know. You don't know anything about Kuwait other than what you Google and read a few articles on. And it's not so black and white, by the way, those policies, okay? We don't have any debts to Kuwait. So if you have a debt to Kuwait, yeah, they might not extend your residence if you have debts to owe. But
you're not a resident. You when you're on a visa, you're not a resident, nor will you ever be. And Speculation Station just stated that. You are not a resident, nor can you be. To be a resident, you would have to be there 15 to 20 years. You've not come close to that. 1 year is not 15 to 20 years, Chantal. You're not a resident. You were there on a tourist visa. You're not a resident. That's why you couldn't take advantage of their health care. You had to come back to Canada for that.
Never have, and we never will, hopefully, inshallah. Debt is not really that easy to acquire in Kuwait, actually. It's not like here, you know. So I see a lot of, I've been kicked out of Kuwait. I got myself kicked out of Kuwait. No, I mean, the only thing that happened, and there's no tea here, all right, or the tea is cold as ice, but I left on my own accord, all right?
Liar! You big fat liar. Liar, liar, torn pants on fire. You did not leave on your own accord. Why would you, a stage 5 clinger female with gigantic insecurities and jealousies, leave your paid-for companion? Why would you do that? Why would you voluntarily leave that man? Answer, never. The only way you would leave him alone is if you had to, and you couldn't bring him home with you. You know, and we know that if you had the power to bring Salah with you, you would have. But apparently he couldn't come because he's still there and you're over here. So here you are in Canada trying to figure out a way to get back over there as quickly as possible. Even though you told us, I'm going to get my own place, blah, blah, blah. Well, given your bankruptcies, that's going to be difficult to get into your own place. But you did tell us that. You said, I'm going to get my own place. I'm going to get my own life, yada, yada. Pete's over there on his corner waiting for you to come back, waiting to be your roommate. Although I think it's a horrible idea. He's still waiting, like the idiot that he is. But you want to go back over there. Not because you really like Kuwait. And there's nothing wrong with the country of Kuwait or its people. Just because he's there. If you could have had Salah travel with you, you had absolutely no desire to go back over there. Guarantee that. He's the only reason why you want to go back.
I decided one day I need to go visit my family. I'm going to try for the weight loss surgery.
So what was the plan? You were to come visit your family, get a little bit of Google AdSense money, and you thought you were going to get surgery as soon as you got back? Like, you're going to apply for it and get it the next day? The world of delusion that you live in. When weight loss surgery, any surgery now, takes forever to schedule and to get. And you got to get referrals. You don't have any referrals. You got nothing. You left Canada with you left for Kuwait with nothing. You came back with nothing. But did you honestly think you were going to get weight loss surgery as soon as you returned? Girl, bye.
So impulsive. I was really inspired by some videos I was watching and talking to some people who've had the surgery. And even though I just don't fully agree with it, and I don't mean that to offense to anybody who's had it, it's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it without offending people. I mean, okay, I can't determine if you're offended. If you are, I'm sorry. That's not my intention. 100%. I'm being sincere with that. If it worked for you, that's awesome. And that's what I hope. But there's also a dark...
You are a jealous, bitter woman. In your Cuba rage, you were going after people and criticizing weight loss surgery. You were criticizing people in your chat for having it. basically calling them losers. That's what you did. And there's clips out there that those clips of you saying that in the Cuba rates, now they're recirculating. They're all over the place. I didn't want to play the clip that I found just because Chantal was dropping the F-bombs, and YouTube monetization has a problem with that, especially early in the video. But now they're being recirculated and brought up because you said, I didn't say that when you did. Sure did. But you're jealous of anyone who has weight loss surgery. You are jealous of those people that they cared about their health and they took the proper steps and they committed themselves to being healthy. You are jealous, Chantal. Jealous because you don't have the willpower, because you can't commit long enough to anything to make positive change. And so, because you don't have the willpower right now, because you can't commit or don't want to, you're going to crap all over anyone who's gone through the surgery and their lives were made better for it. That's what's going on. Your jealousy is showing, ma'am. Pull your slip down.
Dark side to it. It's not a perfect thing. You know, it's very dangerous. I have a lot of problems that I'm afraid of surgery. I know people who've gained the weight back, you know, or died from complications, or lose all their hair, have vitamin deficiencies, things like that. So but I know I can't stay this way because it's even worse, you know, for health reasons. But that's why I came here, and I'm hitting brick walls. I'm being told I need to have a doctor follow me through this process. And it's like a long wait. I don't want to not see my husband for 4 years, and I don't want to travel a lot because it's hard on me. So to go back and forth to visit each other, I don't know about that.
This big, stupid idiot sandwich. She's 550 pounds plus. Myriad of health problems. Can hardly walk, can hardly breathe. Her health is dangerously poor. And all she could think about is getting back to Salah as quickly as possible. Sitting here talking about brick walls. It's not brick walls that you're running into. It's just there are things that you have to do to get the surgery. There are different hurdles you have to jump over. Maybe a psych evaluation, maybe medical evaluations. I've heard that the doctors before weight loss surgery, they require to see you losing weight. You've got to offer proof of that. They've got to see that you're serious. Because if you're not serious, what is the point of operating on you? When there are so many people that want the surgery, that are willing to do the work and take the time. You trying to get in line for weight loss surgery, trying to push ahead of everybody else, you might be pushing back the people that if they got the surgery, it would make so much more difference with them versus you. Because even if you could schedule the surgery tomorrow, Chantal, what good would it do for you when you've got an active, raging, Godzilla-sized bee monster in your head that's controlling you? When you've got all kinds of health problems, when you've got bad health, putting you on the table would be high risk. You might not make it off. Even if you did, it's just going to make the size of your stomach small. But is it going to fix your problem with food? No. All you would do is make yourself vomit over and over and over and over and over again. You're trying to fix the symptom, but not the problem. It wouldn't work. It's not a quick fix. It just isn't. And to be successful with weight loss surgery is a complete lifestyle change, and you're not willing to change your life. You want to lose the weight? Then lose the weight the right way. Stop looking for a shortcut.
So I'm not sure still what I'm going to do. but my health issues are not going to prevent me from going back to Kuwait. The only thing, if you look on the Kuwait work visa website, on the Kuwait website,
Okay,
government
so let's
website.
read it. Let's read it. I want to read it since she put it up. The requirements are valid passport with a minimum of 2 years prior to expiration date. Okay. One completed current visa application form as issued by Kuwait Ministry of Foreign Affairs. One passport sized photo. HIV test. Health certificate obtained from the local doctor certifying that the patient is in good health and free from contagious diseases. Lab test results for the following: hepatitis B and C, malaria, syphilis, chest x-ray for tuberculosis, no criminal record. So the one that I've got an issue with and that I'm looking at is the health certificate obtained from the local doctor. So if you went to a doctor, would they give you a clean bill of health? I don't think they would. I really don't think so. I think you'd fail that part, Chantal.
You will see that when they ask for a medical, it's to check for contagious diseases like HIV, things like that.
Which, just to remind you, I'm not hepatitis B positive. I am positive for the antigens, which means that I've had the vaccine in school. I've had it vaccinated against A and B.
Okay, it's not for tuberculosis. It's not for. They don't ask you how fat you are. Number one, Kuwait is one of the most obese countries in the world right now. Okay.
And you know what? That was one of the reasons why she went to Kuwait. She read that somewhere online, I guess, and she thought because she read that Kuwait has a high obesity rate, that I guess she would just fit right in being a super, super morbidly obese woman. But being obese is not the same as super, super, super morbidly obese, which she is. So she went over there, I guess, with this thought of they're obese and I'm obese. I'm super, super morbidly obese, so I'm going to fit in. And she never did. Because being obese is one thing, being super, super morbidly obese is a completely different animal. She went to a country with high obesity rate. And despite the fact that allegedly there's obese people in Kuwait, what did she do for almost the entire year? She sat in an apartment, hidden away for the most part, eating her food, doing her mukbangs, and she barely ventured out of the house. Because even though she was in a country with a lot of obese people, she still didn't feel comfortable. Even wearing the abaya and the hijab to cover herself, she still didn't feel comfortable. She still felt insecure.
So they don't ask you your weight. They don't ask you anything, your height. They don't ask you if you have diabetes. The worst comes to worst, they tell you to pay for your health care. Okay, fine. It's not like they're going to go, you can't come in this country. They might be able to deny you public health care, which I've never heard of. Touch wood, but I would say worst case scenario, they just ask you to get a private healthcare plan, at which point, again, you don't know if I even have one. I could have one. So your theory would be thrown right out the window, hint, hint. But
Yeah, it would.
there are companies, I can assure you 100%.
It would be if you show proof, but you're not showing proof. So the theory still stands, doesn't it?
That take on cases like mine. So just like I've known people who have been on near their deathbed and called for, got life insurance. So it just depends on the company, depends on a lot of things. All right. So that's all I wanted to address. Anything you hear,
This is her version right now of saying, don't look at them, look at me. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Don't pay attention to the reaction channels and all their theories and conspiracy theories and poking holes in all my lies and letting the truth shine through. Don't look at them. Don't look over there, look over here. That's what she's doing. She's doing the deflection. She's seen and heard everything that everybody has to say about her, the speculation, and it bothers her. It would only bother her if there was a semblance of truth in there somewhere. And the stronger the truth, the more irritated she is and the more she's going to get. She likes to paint her own picture about who she is and what's going on. She tries to frame it with all of her lies. And the moment the reaction channels come along and they start to break apart that frame, it makes her upset because she desperately wants people to believe the persona and believe her lies is truth. Well, you can never trust a liar, can you?
Out of the horse's ass is probably not true. I would say like not true at all, actually. There's nothing happening with our relationship. We're still very happily married, and I miss him so bad.
Well, we've already proven you couldn't get married in Kuwait. So if you couldn't get married in Kuwait, where did you get married? Where'd you get married? Everybody's been asking for a marriage certificate. Where is it? You show us everything else but that. I don't think the two of you are married. And maybe, perhaps, you might consider bringing Salah over as a common law marriage. And if that happens, it won't take long, folks. He'll get over here to Canada and be gone in a minute.
But we like chat the whole day, video chat almost the whole day when I'm not doing things like this.
Oh, she just told on herself. Miss, I am so busy that I need a journal. I'm so busy I have to schedule things and keep a track of things. She just told us we video chat all day. Well, if you're so busy, how would you have the time to video chat all day? And thank you for saying that you video chat all day, because that also confirms how insecure and jealous you are. You guys are thousands of miles apart and you're keeping constant contact because you are so afraid of him wandering off and talking to somebody else. And for right now, he's allowing you to put a chain around his neck because you're probably sending money to him. He's getting free money and he doesn't have to deal with all of you physically. So, Miss, I am so busy, I need a journal. I guess that journal won't be written in much, will it? You're not doing anything but talking to him all day and running around on YouTube all day, looking at all the speculation and theories.
You know, working, updating you guys. I miss you guys. You know, I have to do a live stream because I really miss you guys, and you have to experience this calmness with me. Anyway, I guess that's it. I don't have much else to say about the situation. I just wanted to correct that because it's not true, like I said.
You know, she could have done a live stream right now. Instead of making a video, she could have just turned on her camera and done the live stream from her car. So why hasn't she? Why not just turn on the camera in the car and do a live chat with people? Maybe she's not doing it because she's afraid of people being in the live chat and more holes being poked in her lies and being exposed. Maybe. But she keeps promising to go live, but yet she hasn't done it yet. Why not? She could have done it right now, right here, right now. Not happening. Why haven't you gone live, Chantal? Are you afraid of getting caught in your lies again?
Like I said, people just are salivating at the idea that I would be kicked out or something tremendous like that would happen to me. Okay, and I don't know, you're not going to get a big payoff, even if it did, because, oh well, I'll adapt. You know, if I have to live here.
That part. She said, even if I did. Why would you even say that if it weren't true? If you didn't get kicked out for certain reasons, why even say the statement, if I did? When you say if I did, that means you're not on one side of the fence nor the other. You're straddling it. You would say for certain, I did not get kicked out for that reason. That is absolutely not true, and then just leave it alone. So there is some semblance of truth in what people are saying.
We're all adept. I don't know, like, why, you know, you think these things would happen to me. Like, I don't know. And why you would get joy out of it happening. If you really don't like someone, you need to remove yourself from their existence. You know, just do something.
Well, you don't like the reaction channels, but yet you keep wandering into their spaces, don't you? You even confessed in this video that you're wandering into other people's spaces. Because if you didn't, how would you know about the theories? How would you know about the rumors? Enough that you would want to make a video. If you don't like someone, then you remove yourself from the space, right? You just said that. Doesn't that also apply to you? If you don't like the reaction channels and what they're saying, if you don't like the archive channels and what they're saying, why wander into their spaces? Just stay out.
Something else with your life. But whatever. The negativity, I'm just trying not to be negative, but I wanted to address that rumor because it's annoying having people come up to me and be like, you know, or in the comments or whatever, and be like, well, is it true you're kicked out of Kuwait because of your health problems? I'm going to go for now, but I just wanted to talk about that because it's annoying,
you know,
like I said.
Even if people were asking those questions in the comment section of her videos, even if they were, all she had to say to that person and everybody else was, no, it's not true. But Chantal does not like doing things for free. Rather than reply to that person's comment and say, no, it's not true, she's going to make a video about it. Because a comment she doesn't get paid for, and a video she will. So she's going to turn a simple question that requires a simple answer into a monetized video and make money. This wasn't about outrage, y'all. This wasn't about her being bothered over the theories and conspiracies and whatever. What this was about was she's in Canada and it's December and the month is halfway gone and she needs money and she's got nothing else to talk about. So she's going to grab at any little thing to make into a video to make a little bit of extra money. That's all this was.
And yeah, I hope you I hope you somewhat understood what I was talking about because, you know, I talk fast and I switch topics a lot. I've always been like that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I'll see you later. Bye.
Well, that was a whole lot of nothing. That was a whole lot of nothing special. But hey, that's Chantal's content anymore. Nothing special. Nothing interesting to see here. Move along. I mean, she's back in Canada. She could make it interesting for us, for her audience. So many things that she could do, and she's not doing it. But we will see what happens. She keeps promising a live stream. Let's see if she actually does it. So I'll be here regardless, and I'll keep an eye on everything Fraudy Beauty and let you guys know what's going on when I know. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Please take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please check out the channel links to the channels BEEZER Clips and Jade's Misinformation Station. Okay, just look down below. Clips are there. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.